Hello, this is TSK Libertarian here, and my topic of the day is, are corporations a bad thing? Corporations aren't necessarily a bad thing as long as they don't um, have their claws around or have some kind of connection with government in a sense of profiting or help them to make a profit easier than if they if corporation A, okay, let's just give an analogy of corporation A, corporation B. Corporation A is marketably better and whatever, and they're making huge profits because the market allows them to. Of course, corporation B isn't necessarily making huge amounts of profits as much as corporation A because they're competitors. So they go to the government and try to get subsidies, and so it depends on how they market their approach towards government. They could typically get what they want in these days of age, in this day of age. Now, corporations are actually a very good thing in our society, especially in these days, because corporations minimizes the risks associated of owning a business. Okay, so corporations, because there's going to be a lot of things going wrong within a corporation, like potential lawsuits, all these different unknown scenarios. So what the owners of corporations do, they're just out of whatever the money they put into it. They're not personally liable. That's the key. They're not personally liable of their ownership of the company. Okay. That's my whole gist of corporations. But what's the best way to incorporate a business? There's many different avenues you can do. It can get confusing, but there's an S corp, and there's a C corp, there's an S corp, and there's an LLC. I'm not gonna get real specific in each one of them, but I can tell you what the LLC is probably the best for any starting business in general, the limited liability company, because it gives flexibility on the taxes, on how the business gets taxed. Okay, is it more like a personal income, or is it more corporate tax? So a limited liability company has that option, and it's been, I don't know exactly when was this, but a limited liability company hasn't been around as long as corporations. And what Congress did, this is one of the quote good things that Congress did, the fact that they can legally have limited liability companies, and it's different in each state. So legislatively speaking, some states restrict the use of limited liability companies. So in some states you have to go for a C corp or an S corp. So other than that, I think it's largely adopted by the states, and or just basically limited liability companies are accepted by the federal government. Okay, so that's my whole gist on corporations. Corporations aren't a bad thing in these days and age, especially when there's lawsuits and the only thing that the person's out is the money that they put into the company. So that's my gist, and I do not like it when corporations mix with government / corporation involvement. which is very, very, very unlibertarian. So that's my gist of corporations. Corporations are a good thing in general, but do watch out, especially for the big ones. So even Walmart, Target, U.S. Bank, Wells Fargo, I'm naming just a few of them. Not necessarily, so just naming a few of them that just came on top of my head. But there's thousands of big ones out there, so if you just type in the Fortune 1000 company, you can usually see most of them, and you would probably so. And so yeah, that's my whole take on corporations. Corporations are good as long as they don't get their hands in governments, or nor government gets their hands in corporations. Because yeah, I don't like that. No, it's unlibertarian. So